How else can we make our children speak our language or be proud of our culture?
Thank you. I agree with you, culture is very important. There are many aspects of culture. Language is one of them. I think I would rather give credit to the Nigerian community. I think they're doing, at least for the most part from what I've observed, the dress is very good. We always wear our clothes to go to Nigerian parties. The kids see that, the kids follow suit. The food, we always introduce Nigerian food, that's another aspect. Not everybody is gifted with language. I know if you, at an early age, if you learn, I grew up in Nigeria, but I'm not very fluent with Igbo. I can understand very well, but I'm not very fluent. Another thing I would like to add is that Spanish is very profitable in America. It's very easy. If you have Spanish as a second language, jobs, money matters. Igbo as a second language doesn't add any monetary value. So parents try to focus on what, it's almost a monetized situation now. French is profitable. Spanish is profitable. Igbo is culture. It's great, yes. If your kids can learn the language, you speak it amongst yourself, they watch Nigerian movies, sure. The main point is take your kids home, let them know where you live, where they're from, let them have a sense of identity. And they can speak your language is another bonus. That's my opinion.
I want to say something real quick to respond to what Honorable Dr. has said. He said Spanish is profitable. We are not talking about profitability here. You are a medical doctor, and I heard you, throughout your challenges as a black man here in America. Some Caucasians don't want you to attend to them. At this level of your life, you make so much money as a doctor, not as an Igbo man, or not as a Spanish person. Okay? So when we're talking about our culture, it's something that we derive pride in. You were born in Nigeria, probably maybe Lagos, that's why the Igbo is not fluent. I wasn't born in Nigeria. I wasn't born in Lagos. I was born somewhere that everybody speaks something else. But I speak Igbo fluently. This is as a result of my parents' hard work to make sure I get that cultural heritage. And as we speak today, we're in America, we still went to school in America, and we're all professionals. I still make my money. I don't need to speak Spanish to make my money. Where I work, we have Spanish people. For them to have a fluent conversation here in America, you have to speak English. So my brother, I will a little bit disagree with you. That's the essence of this panel. We have to make it lively. Okay, so I want to encourage you to learn the Igbo language. You're an Igbo man. It's very important. Make sure you do that. Let that be your assignment. And when you have children, make sure they speak the language. That's who they are.
I tell people that I was born Igbo, I grew up as Yoruba and got educated as Hausa. So I have traversed major cities in Nigeria, major cultures in Nigeria. I speak 8 languages, if not more. But my kids, they don't speak any language from Nigeria.
Do you always speak that to them? Did you start with that?
Now, this could be.
You did not. You didn't take it as a priority to teach them that. Okay, I speak French. I speak Igbo. I speak English. Okay, my parents were not telling me speaking French to me at the same time and all that, But I grew up where those languages existed. Now, Igbo was not spoken at all where I was born. Okay, my parents know when I go out there, I'll speak French, definitely. English, I will definitely speak English. But the Igbo, they make sure they brought it right there in the house. And if you're asking my father for anything, make sure you speak Igbo. Daddy, if you don't get it right, he will be like, okay,
your dad must be a strict traditional.
Yes, and a lot of parents did the same thing here. I have a little cousin, Ogonna. I don't know if you know her. When our grandma was here, Ogonna, she actually took care of Ogonna. Ogonna was born right here in South Orange, but Ogonna speaks Igbo fluently. She was born in America. I know other kids born here in America that speaks Igbo. It's not magic. If parents here in America, some parents here in America can make it happen, why not those in Lagos and Abuja?
Mr. Moderator, let me just chime in here or piggyback into what the discussion is at now. The solution to this, even though there is no one solution to everything, but one solution that I will prosper based on an educator's point of view is what we call educational linkage between Nigeria and any international country. And how do we encourage that linkage? Parents here have done it, and I give it to late Dr. C, whose example is still today a model to be emulated by any parents. One of the best practicing attorneys that we have here in the United States today is one of the sons of Dr. C. May his soul rest in peace. His son practices in New York, as you know. The young man went to Nigeria and attended one of the best Catholic schools called Isinuturu, called Maris Secondary School in Uturu, with his elder brother, who is also one of the best accountants you can think of. He sojourned here in the United States before he went back to Nigeria. I'm talking about the senior accountant. The brother is now practicing in New York as an attorney, and I believe the other one, because there were 3 of them that went to Nigeria to study. And not only that they studied, after their studies they came back here to further their education. So I would say that parents doing similar thing will help fill the gap we are talking about with regards to our children not buying into our language or our culture. We have is it Mao or something like that? Eating Mao masquerade celebration. So those are the kind of thing I meant, that being identified with a culture is a thing of pride and uniqueness.
Thank you. We are still on Gossip TV, and the program is Issues That Matter. We'll take a little break, and then when we come back, we hear from our audience.
Thank you, Gossip TV, for making this event to happen this evening. My question, I'm gonna be very, very snappy with my question. My question has 2 components, and one is not actually a question, one is just a comment, and the other one is a question. I will go first with the comment. With respect to not teaching our kids Igbo language, I think it is necessary. It reinforces our culture, okay? And everywhere you go around the world, people identify themselves as, I am a Jewish American, I'm Nigerian American, I'm Spanish American, and this and that. That is number 1. Number 2 is a question, and my question goes to Dr. Usuawu. Okay. My question is, what kind of challenges did you meet when you were taking this exam? My wife is a medical doctor, by the way, and coming from Nigeria and taking this exam has been a toll to the family. People say a whole lot of things. the area of specialty, how you should navigate these things. She really wants to go into emergency medicine, but people are telling her you can't get it because you're a foreigner. So I told her, if you want to go into the field, you can do it. Okay, so I just want to give me your perspective, your challenges when you were doing this. How did you manage to get it?
Good evening all, my name is Uche. I have two questions and one comment. First of all, I'd like to start with the comment with respect to what Chief here said. I believe if one is intentional about his tradition, about his language, he will make it compulsory for your kids to learn the language, because of course we are very intentional when it comes to the way we look. We are very intentional when it comes to how we dress and what we do, where we go to, but we are not intentional when it comes to teaching our children our language. I think that should be taken into perspective. That's one. Then with respect to the subject matter, education, I have seen broke doctors, I have seen broke accountants, I have also seen broke professionals. So it really doesn't have to be the way our parents said you must be this, or this is how my own parents taught me that. So my question is this: should it be what do you want to be, or should it be what do you want to do? Because there are two different things. For a child, if you ask a child what do you want to be, of course the child will want to be like a doctor or so. But if you ask her what do you want to do, it means that you are carrying the child along. I mean, you want the child to tell you what he really wants, so you can work with that. Then also the second question is, what is the place of mentorship? Mentorship when it comes to grooming a child with respect to the subject matter. Thank you.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jacinta Ogumadu. My question will go to Dr. and Sir. What encouragement would you give a young person that is willing to be a doctor? Because my program, I'm graduating this semester, and I want to take an MCAT exam. So I'm just kind of like in between the whole thing. So I just need an encouragement, like how I would focus on, and then I need a motivation. That's it. Thank you.
Welcome back to Gossip TV, and the topic today is, we are talking about educational issues. Questions have been raised, and we want our panel to help us tackle this. Dr. Ikena, let's hear from you.
Thank you very much. I have a lot of colleagues who have studied abroad for medicine in the Caribbean. The challenges that they face is getting residency. Priority is given to American schools first. So there are very, very few spots. In order for you to first get into residency, you have to pass the USMLE 1, step 1. You have 3 steps, step 1, 2, and 3. So when you pass the step 1, you have to start looking for resident programs, build a portfolio, what your experience is. My advice for her, if she doesn't want to go start afresh, which that's always an option, it's never too late to start, is to do like maybe a Princeton review, pass that exam properly, do step 1, and build a portfolio with that experience. If she's done like any charity work, volunteer, apply to hospitals, mostly in Florida. In this area, East Coast, is very, very crowded, so it's going to be difficult for them to take a resident from Nigeria, for example, because the schools in the Caribbean pay a lot of money to these hospitals to keep spots for their students. So that's how it works. It's all about the money. So taking a person who's just coming from Nigeria, there's no money from the school, there's no benefit. They rather give the opportunity to someone who's coming from a school that is actually sponsoring or making donations. But notwithstanding, it's still doable. The point is passing the exam and building the portfolio, like I said before. So if the portfolio is extraordinary, letters of recommendation are extraordinary, our GPA is extraordinary, and her score on the USMLE is great. I think she has very little barriers. So she should keep at it, not give up. take the step one. If she wants, she can go to Princeton Review. They have a great review. To actually give you a refresher of what the course is, physics, chemistry, all go 1 and 2, so that when she does those exams, especially the step 1, she can pass. Now for here, it depends on the school you go to. Some schools give you only 2 opportunities to take the USMLE 1. If you don't pass, you drop out. So other schools will give you multiple chances, like the schools in the Caribbean give you multiple chances. Let me give you some information. In case, while she's waiting for, to get into a residency program and do the step 1, there's a school called Oceania University. Look it up online. Actually, it's a great school because it's in Australia, but the first part of the school is online. So you can do the 2 years online, all the sciences and everything else. Go to Australia for about a week after the first 2 years, and then they'll give her a residency in America. So that's another way to go. That's just information, just so you know. That's the first of its kind, to give you a chance. If you don't have time, you work, and you want to go to medical school, and you've done medicine in the past, or you're a nurse practitioner or something, that you want to actually be a doctor, that's one avenue you could use.
Thank you, Doctor. That's a very cogent information that you have just passed on. Thank you so much. Let's hear from Engineer Victor.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. I want to respond to the second person that asked the question. He made a comment encouraging us to, encourage our children, the parents encouraging their children to embrace the culture. That's wonderful, and thank you for that. In regards to, parents making choices for their kids to, as to the kind of course they will do in school, I want to say here that it's totally wrong. I don't think it's fair for a child. You can mentor your child while growing up, expose the child to various aspects of professions in life. While he or she is growing up, he or she will know exactly what he or she wants to do in life. My father told my principal that I'm going to be an accountant because accountants make so much money in Nigeria. Yes, I was smart as a child. What happened? I studied accounting. I was passing my physics, everything. In Form 3, they withdrew all my sciences from me. I grew up, became an accountant, worked in 1 or 2 of the biggest banks in Nigeria, but I was never happy. While in America, I decided to start from scratch to do engineering program. And today I'm an engineer, and I'm very happy, contented with what I'm having, with what I am doing. And every day gives me joy. So if a child is persuaded of us to do certain things because their parents want it, you are living your parents' dream. It's not your dream. So I encourage parents, allow your children to make their choices as far as what they want to be in life. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer. So you prefer parents to mentor their children and help them find out who they are and what they want to be, rather than asking them to be what parents want them to be.
Correct.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Let's hear from Sir Al, please.
Yes, I will be taking the last question. And congratulations that you made it thus far. And you're done. For that next level, that is getting into medical school, the review courses with Kaplan, educational review for your MCAT. Kaplan would be very useful. And I will believe that you have counselors in your school, which is a good area to take advantage of. Speak to your on the intentions that they will give you the best advice. And more importantly, stay focused. Stay focused. And good luck.
It's very important because a lot of people tend to fall along the line, because they are not focused on what they want to be. So that's a good advice. Thank you, sir. Thank you. We appreciate that.
Parents shouldn't necessarily listen to what your brothers and your sisters say, because my brother, right from when he was a child, my uncles will say my doctor, my aunties will say my nurse, that kind of thing. And it kind of changes, or even if your parents want to let you do what you want to do, sometimes they have people who come and say, oh, he should be this, she should be this. My sister, honestly, she never even thought of doing nursing, but then, you know, this idea of, oh, let her study nursing, she's going to make it a lot in London, you know. And honestly speaking, my sister went through school, yeah, she went to uni, but she has a BSc in nursing, but if you ask me, I don't think she was happy doing it, right? I don't think she was happy. My brother tried it and he left.
So she went into nursing to satisfy
me, yes. Okay. She went into nursing to satisfy my parents. I don't regret what I studied, languages, but truth be told, if I was asked to do it all over again, I wouldn't do it. I love the fact that I'm multilingual, but languages wasn't actually my first choice. Or let me not say languages, French wasn't my first choice of study.
Thank you so much.